DataKings Presents Object-Oriented Database. In this video, we will cover Introduction, Database Concept, Difference with Relational Database, Fundamentals of OODB, and Pros and Cons. Introduction. An object-oriented database is a database that subscribes to a model with information represented by objects. In object-oriented terminology, an object is a real-world entity and a class is a collection of objects. Object-oriented database follows the fundamental principles of object-oriented programming. So, what does this mean? This kind of database represents data in the form of objects and classes. For example, a vehicle is a type of class and it has many types of them. Cars, bicycles, motorcycles, so they are objects which is owned under the roof of vehicles.
We will see the difference between a relational database and object-oriented database. Relational database. What is a relational database? Relational database stores data in the form of tables which contains rows and columns. The relational database depends on the relational model, and every column in the table has its specific name, and every row of the table has its own primary key, and it depends on entity. Then, object-oriented database is a database that represents information in the form of objects used in object-oriented programming. Object-oriented database, the data is stored in the form of objects. In the object-oriented database, the data is stored along with its actions that processes or reads the existing data, and it has its own object identifier. It is called as object identifier ID. It fully depends on object. Okay, next we will see the fundamentals of object-oriented database. There are three fundamentals of object-oriented database, which are class, inheritance, and association. Class. A class object is an object which acts as a template. It can specify a structures which a set of attributes of the instances, a set of operations, a set of methods which implement the operations. Second, inheritance. Inheritance is a mechanism of a class to derive properties and characteristics from other class. For example, a subclass inherits certain properties from a superclass. Third fundamental is association. Association acts as a link between a class and other. It is represented by means of references between objects. It has many ways of association. The examples are association, aggregation, and coupling.
Alright, let's take a look at the one illustrational example in this topic. Meet Adam. He is a male person. Yeah, obviously. He has his own birth date, his ID number, his working place name, and his interest. Next is Karen. She is a female person and also has her own identity, which has birth date, ID number, and now she has her favorite color instead. So let's compare to see each other's attribute. We notice that both of them has own gender, birth date, and ID number. So what's the main class will be? The answer is person. The person is a class that has contained many attributes such as name, gender, date of birth, and ID number. So the remaining attributes for Adam can act as attributes which are company ID and interest, and also Karen with her favorite color. As a whole, they have inheritance with the person, which concludes as figure below. Next, there is ABC Company. The database stores employee's ID and employee's name, and one of the data is Adam's ID. So we can say there is an association between Adam and ABC Company. Hence, the relation between company and Adam is strong. Finally, the whole diagram explains all in this illustrational example.
Moving on to the pros and cons on OODB. The advantages of OODB easy to manage complex relations. Secondly, integrated with programming languages. The disadvantages: the first one, object-oriented programming skill required. Second one, converting database to OODB is complicated. Lastly, it tends to anomaly. That's all from us. Thank you. See you guys in the next video.